I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm going to show you some cool things I find interesting that I think would help educators, and just a good example of using some AI tools. You can see on the screen already. I'm going to show you some things we can do with ChatGPT. First and foremost, I am a left-handed, red-haired Canadian, so I have an accent. I think differently. I am also on the verge of losing my voice. So if my voice goes, it's me, it's not the audio. So bear with me for the next 9 minutes. One of the cool things though is there's so many amazing things now you can do with AI tools. ChatGPT, there's Gemini, there's a whole bunch of other similar technologies, but really the ways that we can start using it makes life really interesting. I was talking to my 15-year-old son, and I was asking him, what are some of the things that you're doing and all the rest? And he said, yeah, I had to write this essay. I had to hand it in and things like this. And of course, now with things like ChatGPT, we can actually go and start making life a lot easier for teachers. So for example, grade this essay. This is actually something my son wrote down here in the bottom. And you can start to see how he just wrote this very simple paragraph. But then again, I, as an educator, I would have to go through, write all this stuff up. And of course, if you're using AI, you always want to review it and curate it and stuff. But you can see, there's my prompt. There's the essay paragraph that he wrote. Click, and already ChatGPT scoring it 6 out of 10. That's pretty much the way my son is in the grade that he's in. Structure, clarity, grammar, feedback. I look through this, I'm like, oh, this is good. Can you maybe, be a more supportive type teacher? Let me just paste this in here so you don't have to watch me type. And again, it just rewrites it. Hayden is my son's name. Hayden, you done a great job. Here's some things behind it. You're on the right track. Keep up the good work and all the rest. Again, it's amazing the way we can now start using some of these tools to help us augment the way that we do things in our day-to-day tasks. And I really find that's one of the biggest uses of AI. I use it on a regular daily basis. Not only can you go and do something like this, grading essays, giving constructive feedback, I take it, I make it my own, but it gets me 70% of the way there. I can also go and look at some other ways of using it, like creating a biology plan. Very simple prompt, but I can then go and iterate on top of it. And this is one of the ways that I use ChatGPT and these other, what they call the large language models, is I prompt it, I ask it to do something first, then I asked it, based on what I saw, to revise it and improve it. So you can see here, create a 9th grade biology lesson on photosynthesis, objectives, materials, lesson activities, do a mini lecture. This stuff's all looking pretty good. Optional activities, diagram labeling. All right, maybe, here's a short quiz. Can I use videos from Khan Academy, one of my favorite resources? Now it's going to go through, yeah, sure you can. In fact, here's some examples, and here's some links. I go through, I'm like, oh, this stuff looks pretty good. You can show it in video in your class. I'm like, great, add these to the plan. Then of course, now I'm re-prompting it. I'm iterating on what I asked it to do. And now it's gone in and it's actually embedded in. Hey, this particular video is 10 minutes. This is where it should fit in. Again, go through, look at that formula, think through what you're trying to do. Right? Then I could even say, make it 90 minutes. Again, reading it, revising it, seeing how I can go and improve it. So I can do things like, ChatGPT, help me score an essay. Hey, ChatGPT, help me go and do a biology plan, lesson plans. All about what I'm trying to do is, what I'm trying to accomplish, and then leaving it up to the AI tool to help fill in the blanks. Now, it used to be a year ago that there was a whole bunch of articles on how to write the prompts and so on. Nowadays, those AI tools are getting so good, I often find the more vague you can make it, the better. And then you iterate upon it rather than act like a teacher in the 9th grade and all these other very specific prompting requirements. So here it's gone through, it's added in, expanded to 90 minutes. That's one example. If I go over and look at another tool, I really like things like quizzes. Easy way to now go and create things like, this is a free tool. You can obviously pay for the upgraded version. But again, interesting how generative AI that generates text and content, now is starting to get embedded in all these educational tools. I can go click on here. Want to create a quiz? How are you going to create it? Well, you can create quizzes from a YouTube video. Well, that's pretty cool. I can go and create it from documents I have, website articles. I can go and just type something in. All right, well, I'm going to do this. All right, create a quiz based on the American Revolution. Now, remember, I'm a Canadian, so I have no clue on the American Revolution per se from an American point of view, but I wanted to go through and create a quiz. I just cut and pasted something in. Automatic questions, 9th grade. I'm going to continue. Now it's going to go through and start generating all those questions for me and those answers, expanding upon that paragraph. And again, one of the goals is it's so easy now to think through how to use these tools. You spend more time thinking about the input in and assessing the input out. The tools themselves are becoming much smarter, making us, have more time to think about what we're trying to get out of using the tool versus create 10 questions. You may notice in this tool, for example, it said, let me decide how many questions I want to go and ask. So here, read through it. It's like generate the quiz. And you can see right away starting to populate all the different questions with all the different answers based on that simple paragraph. It is amazing how these tools, used the right way, can make our lives a lot easier and can augment us. But you still have to go through and think through, are these the things that I want? Do I need to go through and curate them or edit them? So you can see here in this tool, which I love for quizzes, multiple choice, 1 point, what's the answers? I can go through, I can edit it. I can use the AI tool again on that particular question. It went through, I think it did like 20 questions. And then what I can do is preview it. And now, what was the American Revolution? I actually have no clue. So I know it's a political upheaval. Show me the answer. There we go. I was correct. So I can go through and very easily look at some of these different tools. Now, could I have done this in ChatGPT and stuff, for example? Yes, but it wouldn't have given me the layout, the visualization, and all the rest. I use ChatGPT as a good way to generate the content, and then I review it and edit it. As I get more sophisticated, I actually start using different large language models. Maybe I'd ask the same question of ChatGPT and Gemini, for example, and compare the different outputs. Because even though you ask the AI agents or tools the same question, they actually may respond differently. And again, my responsibility is to take those things, put them together, and make sure that they make sense. So what I want to do in this very quick 10-minute session, just to get you guys thinking more about how do I think about what I'm trying to accomplish? How am I going to evaluate what I get out of these AI tools? And increasingly, natural language questions into the AI tool. I need to create a quiz. I need to grade this essay. Not the specific, I need 10 questions and stuff. Let the AI tools think through how these things work and then refine it and maybe ask another question like I showed you. Could I use videos? Could you add the videos in? Could you make it 90 minutes and things like that? My voice didn't give out. I hope you guys enjoyed this very quick session. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you very much.